What's up, guys? Chris Lopez here with JerseyBeast.tv. I'm at the pit. If you want to check the gym out, JerseyStrengthPit.com. Yeah, I'm growing the beard out a little bit. It's winter. It's getting cold. So, growing out the beard. All right. So, I want to talk to you guys about my top 5 training styles for building mass. Before we get into anything, you have to do a self-assessment and you have to figure out what you're training for. And I always say this and I always repeat this, and it's the truth, because if you're training without a goal in mind, then you could be training the wrong way for what you're looking for. You know what I mean? If you're training to get more athletic, then you might do a few different training styles, map down a program where you are keeping your athleticism and your performance aspect, and that maybe that's increasing, but you're also leaning out and you're putting on muscle. That's completely different than somebody who just wants to put on some sick mass. So, if your goal is to get jacked up, it's winter time, I know a lot of guys try and bulk up in the winter and they put on mass. If that's what you want to do, then this is for you. Ditch the kettlebells. Ditch the plyo push-ups. It's not going to help you build mass. Okay, it's the reality of it. You have to take into account the guys who are the best at putting on mass, and that's bodybuilders. No matter how you look at it, drug-free or not, whatever, who gives a shit, they are the best at putting on mass and maintaining lean mass when it comes time to diet down. Hands down. Whether they're pro or amateur or just bodybuilders in the gym, anybody who knows what they're doing as a bodybuilder knows how to put on muscle. So these training styles, we're going to cover a few of those things, and these are my top 5. So keep that in mind. This is not for performance. This is not for leaning out. This is putting on muscle mass. Number 1, high intensity training. Do not get it confused with HIIT. It makes me very, very angry. HIIT is conditioning based. It's a form of cardio. I hate that word too. But that HIIT is to help performance. It's to help conditioning. It's to burn excess calories, and that's a form of circuit training where you do on and off rounds. So like sprint for 30 seconds, jog for 30 seconds. Something like that would be HIIT. HIT is high intensity training. It refers to weights. It refers to lifting. It refers to bodybuilding. It refers to those things. But HIT is a very abstract term, right? There are so many ways to do high intensity training, but the one key is intensity. It has to be intense. And chances are, if you think you're doing high intensity training, you're probably not. If you're training 5 days a week, you're probably not doing high intensity training. If you are doing a set in the gym and taking a 20-minute water break, or you're talking to your girlfriend, or you're talking to your buddy and talking about the games this past weekend, chances are you're not doing high intensity training. Okay? High intensity training is intense. You have to have the right mindset to do it. And the sessions could be as little as 10 minutes or 15 minutes, all the way to about 40 minutes. But the common theme is intensity, hard work, and the feeling that you can't do it anymore. Right? So if you're doing 4 sets of 10 to 12 on the bench, and you get done your last set, and you didn't go to failure, or you probably could have done 2 or 3 more sets, you're not doing high intensity training. High intensity training, you've done, you feel exhausted. Even after a 5 or 10 minute session, you feel completely exhausted. That's the key, okay? So, my advice to you is to research HIT a little bit. Read some Mike Mentzer, read Arthur Jones, Dr. Ken, Ellington Darden. You can read, I think Drew Bay's got a cool blog about high intensity training. Read about it. It's all about intensity. Intensity is key. Form is key, okay? You have to figure out what style of high intensity training suits you best, because it can be very high reps, it can be very low reps, it can be singles, it can be, a push-pull workout, it could be a total body workout. It's all abstract, but the main theme is the intensity of it. The way I currently break up my high-intensity training sessions is upper and lower, just because you do upper and lower instead of just strictly body part training. You can still get big doing body part training, don't get me wrong, I've done that in the past too, and it works very well. But the key to upper and lower training, it trains the upper body and the lower body as a unit. Whenever you train your body as a unit, in my eyes, it's more effective because you start training muscle groups together. All right? So I'll maybe do chest and back with some arm work for assistance, and some forearm work, and then I'll do legs and posterior chain, glutes, lower back, that sort of thing, all together. Another thing you want to take into account for high intensity training is, I said before, if you're training 5 days a week or 6 days a week, chances are you're not doing high intensity training. The reason is because the intensity is so high that you need that recovery time. You need that 1 or 2 days recovery time in between sessions. So depending on your split, the max I would go would be 3 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or maybe 1 day on, 2 days off, and just continue that cycle. That's cool too. I've done some really cool splits, Mike Mentzer style. And there's a book review I posted up on JerseyBeast.tv about Mike Mentzer book. It's an awesome book as far as bodybuilding is concerned. But he trains, in the book, one of his splits is twice a week, with 2 or 3 days in between. And I believe he actually did some splits himself, where he trained once a week. That's how high the intensity was. He needed the full week to recover. So it's all abstract, but you have to figure out what style is going to work for you. But that style, I will tell you right now, as long as you're eating enough and you're getting enough rest, you will put on mass quick. Very, very quick. All right? That's number 1, guys. Stay tuned for number 2. And hopefully you look up high intensity training, give it a shot, and let me know what you think. Peace out, guys.